Here comes the 1-2. It's a ground ball, and by the third baseman, Veneruso. Coming home is Benway. He'll be followed by Vogel, and Ludlow takes the 8-0 lead. Now here comes the fast break. Anna Pullman down low, and she'll get the first points of senior night. The sophomore converts. Ground ball into left center. 7-4. Little ground ball. And the St. Joe's Cadets have won the FCAC championship. Fly ball. Gunderson, game over. For the third time in 6 years, Southington reigns supreme in Class XXL. They are your state champions. The last time that the New Canaan Rams beat the Fairfield Ludlow Falcons in a regular season girls basketball game, Eli Manning was looking for his second Super Bowl title over Tom Brady. Yeah, well, you guys are enjoying all your state tournament games, but I'm enjoying some FCAC games still. This one right down the road at our very own Pioneer Park here at Sacred Heart University. Plenty of excellent girls basketball in the FCAC. Certainly going to be a big time come March when they're at Mohegan Sun Arena, and we certainly hope to see some state champions out of the conference, guys. Both these teams are going to be looking to make the state playoffs in the coming years.
And Aiden's going to be around. Thank you so much. Happy Thanksgiving to Aiden.
Girls soccer is certainly taking center stage, and of course football tomorrow night, but girls soccer gets right back on center stage on Saturday. Noah, Mark? Top of the fifth on its way on a late-back Friday afternoon that has certainly been an interesting one to say the least. No one has scored since Ward in the top of the second inning. We now go to the top of the fifth, and Matt Robb, the second baseman, leads it off. Ward has not gotten a hit since the third. First pitch of ball 1-0. O'Neal, you can see, is really working into a groove, which is going to leave Francesi doubting as to whether he should have, wondering whether he should have started O'Neal or not. Maybe it wouldn't be as bad as it was now. Maybe more of a pitcher's duel as that one sails out of control and nails Robb in the back. Robb is on his way to first. Second hit by a pitch by a Ludlow pitcher today, the first by O'Neal. And Finn Mobley will come up with nobody out and one on.
Catcher, number 16.
But again, O'Neal's not going to have a ton of those. That was just the rare circumstance. Comes to set, he kicks, fires, and it's fouled down the first base line and out of play. Oh, on the count to the catcher, Mobley. With Robb on first. It's a curveball. This is 1-1. That one low in the dirt, and now it's 2-1. So Mobley gets ahead in the count for the first time in this at-bat. O'Neal comes, kicks, fires, misses upstairs. Camaro will throw down to first. But Robb is able to scamper back in time. 3-1 to Mobley is popped in the air in foul territory. Stasko calls everybody off just beyond the first base line and makes the catch in foul territory. First out of the inning.
Now batting.
Robb will stay put, unable to tag because of the proximity to him. And now Owen Stanton, the first baseman, steps up. Singled in both his at-bats in the second and third. Taps the plate, taps the dirt, and is ready for baseball once again. The first pitch to Stanton is cut on and fouled back behind the press box on the left side. So an 0-1 count to the first baseman. So Neal checks him at first, comes to set, kicks and fires. Ground ball to second, this could be two. Vogel steps on it himself, goes to first. And the unassisted double play sends us to the bottom of the fifth. Ludlow needs some runs, and we'll see if we can get them. Bottom of the fifth is on its way here on the original home of the Falcons, WFLD. Back on the Legion Extra pregame show, Stanford looks to complete the 3-game sweep over Fairfield, the back end of a weekend series here on Father's Day. Aiden Blanc joined alongside the manager of Stanford, post number 3, Kevin Murray, and it's time for the manager's show. Coach, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, Aiden. Thanks for having me on.
You guys go for the season sweep against Fairfield today. Currently leading the series, you've won 3 against them so far. What has been why so much success against Fairfield?
Well, our philosophy is one game at a time. The team that we're playing that day is the challenge. So that's what we try to focus on day in, day out, is one game at a time. Kind of a simple philosophy. Anybody's dangerous that we play, so we're going to come ready to the field, ready to play each day.
In addition to some of the best high school talent around the city, you boast a pretty good amount of college talent. How does their experience at the collegiate level impact your team this summer?
They bring the maturity level here. They bring the college atmosphere down to the summer baseball for these high school kids to see. They work hard. They're here getting ready for their next challenge at college, and the college kids bring the challenge. They try to high expectations with them.
9 state championship appearances, 5 Zone 4 championships. Stanford has historically been one of the best teams ever in American Legion baseball in the state of Connecticut. You've been to a couple World Series. You feel like these kids come in with a little bit of nerves, considering they're playing for the Stanford Legion team?
No, I just think it's a privilege to play for Stanford, have Stanford on your chest. These kids come out, they're hard-nosed kids, blue-collar kids, and they play hard every day. Obviously, each year there's a different, team that's assembled, but each year there's a challenge. Every team wants to be that team that Stanford's known for.
Now, obviously, this is a question that I could ask just about any coach in the league, because just about every town has a Legion team that's going to pull from multiple high schools. Mm-hmm. You certainly have a big task. You've got college, you've got King School, you've got Stanford, Westo, Trinity Catholic. How do you really bond these kids together in just a short amount of time?
It's just our philosophy. We come out here, we work hard. We try to get these kids together. Obviously, we have 17 kids on our roster right now, and from day one, we tell these kids that each and every day, one of you guys is going to help us achieve our goals in the summer. So everyone pulls their own weight. So everyone's pulling together, pulling for each teammate, and obviously, we had the final goal in mind.
Take a look at your roster. I know that you don't have many young players, and historically don't take a lot of young players, but you do have a couple of freshmen and a sophomore. What was the decision making behind taking such young talent?
If we have our tryouts in middle winter, we have our winter workouts. We evaluate the kids, their abilities, and we place the kids where they're going to help and succeed and actually grow within. So we obviously put it all together, and we try to get the top players on the senior team to achieve our goal.
Lastly, a big 2 weeks for you coming up. You've got the series finale versus Fairfield today, a midweek against Ridgefield, followed by a weekend series against Trumbull, then another midweek series against Westport, and then a trip up to West Point to play a few out-of-state teams from New York and Rhode Island. How do you plan to keep your recent success going through such a tough schedule?
Yeah, pitching. We're very deep on our rotation. I have 10 or 11 kids that actually can throw. So with pitching, you ride that. You're just as good as your rotation, and obviously kids are interchangeable in regards to playing in multiple positions. You got to keep everybody fresh. That's what's important for a larger roster. So everyone's actually contributing. Everyone has a role in each and every day.
You think we could see 5-6 kids today?
No, probably not today. On the mound, we're going to start with Matt Tipley, Stanford High senior, lefty. He's going to get his work in. We're trying to work up pitch counts now. Obviously, everyone is on deck if one inning at a time, and we have total confidence in Matt and what he's going to do today.
That's the manager's show. That's Kevin Murray. Fairfield will look to avoid the sweep against his post 3 Stanford squad. Well, it's not too often that you get to see 2 of the best offenses in the FCIAC clash in a pitcher's duel. But that's exactly what we saw for the 2019 FCIAC championship game here at Stanford's Cubetta Stadium. I'm Aiden Blanc reporting for the Falcon Sports Network. It was a lopsided affair when they met in the regular season, a 14-0 Ludlow win, but tonight was just so much different. Chad Knight, the Duke commit for the Wreckers, Chris Benton, the #1 pitcher for the Falcons, made for one heck of a game, and one that Jack McFarland and Chad Knight will not forget soon. Well, one thing they have in common, the Wreckers and the Falcons are both going to be big teams to beat in the upcoming Class XXL state tournament, which will determine who the best team in the state of Connecticut really is. Obviously, Fairfield-Ludlow will look to rebound. Staples will look to keep the momentum going. Reporting live from Stanford's Cubetta Stadium, I'm Aiden Blanc, Falcon Sports Network.
Joining us now, we're so glad you're here, and we want to talk about more championship action. Now, softball, right?
Yeah, well, you guys are enjoying all your state tournament games, but I'm enjoying some FCAC games still. This one right down the road at our very own Pioneer Park here at Sacred Heart University. Two top teams in the state, St. Joe's and Trumbull. And it gets going early. Second inning, Brittany Majorana shoots a ball into the gap in right center and motors into third for a stand-up triple. A big hit for Brittany. Now, two batters later, Claire Gardella. She sends one into the exact same spot and ends up on second with an RBI double. She scores St. Joseph's first and only run of the day. But who needs run support when you've got an ace on the mound? Peyton Doran was ignited out there today, throwing all 7 innings of this title game while striking out 5 and allowing no hits. That's right, a no-no in the championship game. Could you think of any better way to end it? St. Joe's gets the final out and goes on to win it 1-0. They win their second straight FCAC championship. Guys, I think a dynasty might be born out in Trumbull. Their success today was credited mainly to the defense, and Jeff Babineau told us exactly how great
fantastic effort. Threw a no-hitter today against a really good, powerful team over there. A little shaky in the first inning, settled into the game, and she threw a gem. It was really a pleasure to watch her throw today.
Well, we had to put in a lot of effort, obviously, but the defense made a bunch of plays, and they took care of it.
Well, it's always in that big-time game like this. You have two great softball programs, both well coached, great players on both teams, and it's going to be that one thing. It's going to be a hit, a bunt, an error, somewhere in that. But they did a great job. Our kids came together. Brittany and Gardella, nice job.
Nice stuff.
Boy, can you imagine throwing a no-hitter in the championship game? She must be on cloud 9 right now.